while I start my DevOps session, just like to uh, continue from where I have left the other week, the previous weekend, which is we were doing the Terraform. We have completed the theoretical knowledge of Terraform. I promised that there will be a small demo of Terraform, and there I would create some resources over basically an EC2 instance with the allied the key pair as well as the your security group. So this part I will start with. Then actually my main focus and the main topic for today will be Ansible, because uh, I will just carry on what was promised from the previous session. So I will share my screen, but before that, I would like to share the share my camera. As we had a good background on Terraform, and if somebody has missed our previous sessions, please go to our YouTube site and grab those videos already uploaded there. Okay. In fact, if you are already registered to our site, to our Kalkey site, if you are registered, then you will also find, if you go down, browse down below, you will find the link to the YouTube repository, okay, for Kalki, and you will get all the recordings, previous recordings, so you can get a brief overview of that. So I will continue. What I will do is I will I will go to my AWS interface, and this is the server which I have created as an EC2 instance on the cloud, AWS Cloud. It is running. This is having It is set up in AP Southeast 1A, which is the availability zone. We have gone through all these parts of AWS earlier. And the key name is DevOps. So it is the authentication key with which the handshaking will happen. Okay. I have already connected to this from outside. So from my OT, I have already connected to my that EC2 instance. Okay. So if you say host name CTL, I will see that the internal IP address is the private IP address is 172.31.17.69. So I can verify that. Yes, it is 172.31.17.69. So this is the machine or EC2 instance or the virtual server over the cloud that I have logged in. Why did I do it? Because I have, in the meantime, I have already, because to save our time, I have already installed. First of all, I need an interface because as you know, Terraform is a third party tool. Okay. So it will interact with AWS. How? So we will have this AWS CLI version. So I have installed AWS CLI. A CLI is command line interface to AWS. So I will not be using manual things, like I will not be creating my resources directly over with my console. That is called a manual thing, but I will be creating my resource. My resource will be created through Terraform, and I will do it with an interface with AWS. So Terraform, it is like this. It is like this. Uh, Terraform, this software, this third-party tool from HashiCorp will. So this Terraform may be installed on Linux, Ubuntu. This is on Linux, and this is on a particular EC2 instance on the cloud. This Terraform could have been on your Mac machine, or it could be on your Windows. So it could be on your Mac OS, or it could have been on Windows. It doesn't matter where your Terraform is hosted, right? So this Terraform needs to interact with the cloud. This is the AWS cloud. And where you are going to provision So the purpose of this is to provision your what? Provision. That is, you want to create resources. Basically, you want to create the resources on the cloud platform. And this cloud is particularly AWS. So I have to install Terraform over into one of these platforms. Here I have chosen Ubuntu Linux because I have created a Ubuntu Linux server on my AWS where I have this. So don't worry, because this Terraform is only on a platform. It is not over the cloud. We are using this Terraform, and then there will be the AWS CLI. This is where the Terraform will make API calls through the downloaded plugins. And you can understand what should be the plugins. Which plugin should you be downloading into this Terraform? You would be downloading the AWS plugins because AWS is your provider. So these are the provider plugins. You will not, because you are going to create your resources over the AWS cloud. So you are not going to have the Azure plugins or Google GCP, Google Cloud Platform plugins. No. So this is the particular plugin, that is AWS. So how will you interact with this API calls? You are making a call to this plugin, which will take you to AWS Cloud to create your resource. So you need an interface, AWS CLI, and that CLI will take you to the AWS Cloud, where you will provision or create the resources on the cloud. So here my target is to create an EC2 instance, okay, with a security group. We will create a security group, that is the firewall. And for authentication, we will use a key pair. So we will create an instance with a key pair and with a firewall, with a security group. So this is my sort of a mini demo. So for that, I have installed this, as well as I have installed AWS CLI. Is there any question? Keeping this in mind, so what we will do, we will create some Terraform scripts. So these are called manifest files or configuration files or configuration files. Okay. So Terraform configuration file with .tf. Okay. Though that is going to, these are the what you desired states. You are going to create or provision your desired resources over onto the client, onto the cloud. So you will execute your Terraform configuration files with the help of Terraform commands, and that will make a call to the AWS CLI through the plugins, and it will go and create this particular resource. Is there any question? We are going to create two resources first. First, the security group, which will be attached to the EC2. So these two resources are going to be created, security group and EC2 instance. Security group will be attached to this EC2 instance. Of course, we have already created a key pair. We will attach that key pair to the EC2 so that we can access this EC2 from outside. Is that clear? Any questions from your side? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. I have one question.
Yeah.
Sir, what command we should use in this to create a EC2 instance?
Yeah, I will just demo that. Don't worry. We will take in steps. Is that fine?
Okay, sir.
Just now I'm going to explain it. So, but apart from this, the architecture, what we are trying to build, we are trying to build some infrastructure over the clouds. That's why Terraform is called IaaC, infrastructure as a code. Infrastructure as a code. Okay. So coding, we are basically coding the infrastructure. We are coding the infrastructure. So let me now come back here and to say that we have installed the AWS version. I'm not doing the installation. I have already done it to save our time. So I will say, so this is my AWS CLI version 2. So CLI, AWS CLI version 2, which includes Python, because the AWS in conjunction with Python makes the CLI version. Okay. And also you will be wondering if I already have installed Terraform. Yes, I did. So my Terraform version is the latest version, which is version 1.11.3. Clear? I'm not going to the installation process that we will do in the app in our actual course, which is our job ready training. But here, for the time being, just assume that you have installed your AWS CLI as well as Terraform. One more thing, can anybody tell me how will this AWS CLI, how will Terraform get to access this cloud? Yes, it will be helped through it will go through the AWS CLI with through the plugins, through the API calls. But again, there is a question of authentication and authorization, because Terraform, being a third-party tool, will not be directly being able to access, even if it is using AWS CLI, will not be able to access the cloud into a particular account. So you see, I will be going to my AWS Cloud. I will be accessing my account, which is this account ID, and this is my IAM user. I have to access this. So I have to access my security credentials. If someone does not have the security credentials, will they be allowed? So that will, right? So Terraform also needs to somehow let AWS know that it has the security, it knows the security credentials. So for that, I have to make it aware. What I will do, I will give a command called AWS configure. This is the command, and we will give the access key ID and the secret access key. Now, these are the two parameters to configure the access. Without this access key ID and the secret access key, you will not be allowed to access your cloud, your account, AWS account. And if you cannot go to your AWS account, you cannot use or do the resources. You cannot have any access to any resource. Is that point clear? So I have already, see, this is some, I have already put in that. So I can use the default value or the value that I have put in. So if I go there, and if you go to the security credentials, so I will go to the access key for the IAM user of DevOps trainer. So this is the IAM console, identity and access management console. And I will go, this is a service. So under the DevOps trainer, there are two access keys. Now, one of them I'm using uh, X336B, X36B. Oh, it does not match. It does not match. So I have to redo it. I will pick up my, I will go to this. I will put in this particular access key and I will give the security access. This is for my DevOps trainer account. So you will, so I have given that. I will just check AWS configure if I have the latest key VAMV. So let me check yes, this one. So this is my access key that I have configured. And of course, I will not be able to show you the secret access key that is hidden. That is the sort of a password. So I cannot show you. Okay. And what is the region that I'm working on? AP Southeast 1, which is Mumbai, which is Singapore region. Is there any question up to this point? So my Terraform is set. My Terraform is set with the security credentials inside the AWS CLI. So Terraform can make a call and use the resources or create the resources over the AWS Cloud in that particular account. Is that point clear to everyone? Hello? Any question? Now, if we have understood that, we will see that I have told you, we will have some configuration files. Okay, I have, for the sake of saving some time, I have some TF files. This provider.tf, I will show you, vi provider. This is a Terraform script. Don't worry about how to create this. We will learn that in our main course. But for the time being, you just say that this is Terraform. This is how I instruct Terraform to have this. So what I'm saying that I have a required provider, which is AWS. Okay, of that source, the plugin should be downloaded from HashiCorp AWS site, and it will be either 5 or more than 5 version. The latest version is 5.8. And in the script, I am also giving the provider, and the provider says that the mandatory parameter is the region. This is not required because the access key and the secret key I have already configured within the AWS. So it is hidden. Okay, the access key and the secret key is hidden within the AWS CLI. Is that clear? So this, I would like to initiate my backend state. You know, we have discussed about backend state in the previous session. The state, that is all what you desire will be stored in the backend state. It is sort of a database, which every time the Terraform runs, it will be consulted. So I do not have the plugins. Do you see the plugins? No, I cannot. So if I say Terraform validate, I would like to validate my scripts. It will say that I am missing the required provider because I have not initialized my back. There is no plugin. At this point of time, Terraform doesn't know which cloud do you want to work with, whether it is AWS Cloud or it is Azure Cloud or Google Cloud. So I have to execute this provider TF by using a command called Terraform init. Terraform init means I want to initialize my backend state. Okay. Otherwise, and also to download the plugins. Without those plugins for that provider, which is what is the provider here? AWS is the provider. So without that plugins, we will not be able to make our calls, API calls to this cloud through Terraform. I need those plugins. Okay. So what I will do, I will clear the screen first of all, and I will say Terraform init. So immediately, what will Terraform do? When it finds this command in init, it will go and query the provider file, the provider configuration. The name is not important. If you have that configuration file, it will already is very intelligent. It will find out what is your provider and what is the version of the plugins that you want to download. Okay, so let us. So what it is doing, it is initializing the backend, initializing the provider plugins for AWS, and the version is 5.94. So I was wrong. In the meantime, the version has been upgraded to earlier it was 5.58 or something like that. Now it is 94. So the version has been upgraded. Within 15 days or within 1 month, they keep on upgrading the version. Anyway, the latest version has been downloaded. So all the plugins has been downloaded and a log file has been created. Log file is nothing but a signature, authorization key, basically a security level SSL key, TSL key for giving you access to allow you to use those plugins. So your backend has been initialized. Terraform has been successfully initialized. Fine. And if you see, you will see that these files were not there. This folder, this is a hidden folder. So you can go to .terraform and you can go to providers and you can see, go to registry, you can go to HashiCorp, you can go to AWS because you have given the provider for AWS. Okay. And finally, you can see that version 5 point whatever, you go to that folder and you will see it is for the Linux AMD 64. So go to that folder and you will see that finally you will get this big file, Terraform provider. This is the file which will provide all the plugins. And this is an executable file. So Terraform will use this file because can you see the permissions? They are all executable. So it's a big file. It is 500, 550 or 560 MB. Okay. And this is the plugin. I do not need to go there because my plugins are already there. So I will go back to my Terraform folder and we have just now seen that there are plugins downloaded. And this is the log file. If you go to .terraform .log, you will see this is a hash. This is a Terraform. What is that? This is your what? This is available in the Terraform registry, and this is your sort of a key, access key with some encryption logic. This will help you to access Terraform. Now, having cleared all these things, so I have used Terraform init to initialize my backend. Now I will go and look at this file called security group. So this I have created. I will not go through so much of details, but this is, we are creating resources. What are the resources? A security group. We are creating the AWS security group with this internal name and this particular name. And we are getting this VPC ID. Now I will take the VPC ID because the VPC where this security group will be created under the default VPC. So I will pick up the VPC. I will be in the insert mode. Where will I go? This is the part. So I will go back to my VPC. I will go to the VPC service. And be sure you are in the Singapore region. So I am in the Singapore region. I will go to my VPC. And you go to your VPC and you pick up this default VPC. Every region will have a default VPC. So I will pick up this VPC ID and go to my thing and I will paste it. So what I did, I have informed that this resource, AWS security group, will be created in this particular VPC ID. Okay. This is the inbound rule. This is the rule to get me any HTTP traffic. So I'm setting up a rule to allow the HTTP traffic to hit my EC2 instance. I am allowing another is the SSH. Without SSH traffic, I will not be able to connect or go and access my EC2 instance. So I'm allowing this to traffic. And for outbound, I am not restricting anything. So I'm giving from port 0, from any port. Protocol -1 means I'm not specifying any protocol. So it can be UDP, it can be TCP, anything. Okay. I'm specifying 2 port. That means to any port. So I'm also saying that for any traffic, for any IP address, I'm not restricting any IP address. So for outbound egress, everything is fine, allowed. And I'm giving this a name as Internship SG. This is the tag name. We will create this first. Okay. So for right now, I will make this EC2, I will rename it move EC2 dot TF, and I will make it EC2 dot TF dot something which is not TF, so old, or um, something. Uh, so back. So that why I did this, so that if you check your EC2 TF back, this will not be executed anymore. So what I will do, first of all, my target is to create this particular security group as a resource. So what we will do, we will say Terraform. First of all, let me say validate, Terraform validate. So it will check all the configuration files of Terraform and say whether they are fine. So it is success. All the configuration is valid. So which configurations did it check? Will it check provider.tf? Yes. Will it check securitygroup.tf? Yes. But will it check EC2 TF.back? No, because it is not ending with TF. Now I will say Terraform plan. I will plan it out and check whether I can be able to create the resources of the desired one. So security group, whether the security group so it is saying that the caller that get caller identity, that particular is not valid. So I will again do it. AWS configure. Something has not been correctly. AWS configure. I will again put it. I think there was a mistake. And this access key, but why it is showing this access? This should not have been displayed. That may be the reason why it is not. Okay. I will again say Terraform plan. Hmm. Provider AWS. So there it is giving that it is okay. Let me check the provider. Provider is AWS, and that is all. That is what I need. AP Southeast 1. So what could be the problem? So is this one is this one is this, and this one is this. So all the brackets are fine. So provider AWS and the region REGION is AP Southeast 1. It should be fine. I will again do this Terraform plan. Oh, I don't know. There was maybe some syntax error, not syntax, I mean that indentation. So I deleted all this, the two lines, and it started working. So you see, the plan is to add one resource. What is that resource? That resource is nothing but your uh, plus. So you are creating this resource, AWS security group. And now I will apply it. Right now, if you go and check, if you go to check uh, EC2,
A issue why Terraform could not generate the plan.
no, it has generated now. Maybe there was the two lines, the secret access key and the access key ID. That was creating some issue. Maybe I have not indented it properly, but I have taken those two lines because I do not need them to be declared inside the provider file because I have already hidden them inside the AWS CLI. Remember, we have done that AWS configure. So see, if I wanted to go to the security, oh, let me go to check all the security groups. Right now, I executed only the plan. So is any tag name by the internship SG? That was the tag name. Is it created? Right now, it is not created. I will keep this open, and I will go now. And what I will do? Terraform apply auto approve. Auto approve because I don't want to be interrupted with a interface saying that whether you want to continue, because then it becomes a interactive thing. And for automation, you do not need any interaction or interactivity. So you apply this. The plan has passed. I will right now, I am actually creating the resource. So the resource will be created through uh, that script. So you can see how fast it is. It has completed the creation of security group. So if I go and now I refresh it. Will you see that internship SG, this particular resource has been created? The security group name is internship server SG. So with it was given a default name as managed by Terraform description. And if you click on this, you will get the inbound rules. If you go to the inbound rules, how many rules did you create? So you have created 2 inbound rules. One is the HTTP rule, port 80, without any restriction of any IP address. So any IP address can come and access this particular with that traffic. This traffic and this traffic is allowed. You can add n number of rules. But right now I am happy with these 2 rules. So this one is created. That is needed. I will go back to my EC2 and I will wait there, because the next step, what I'm doing is I'm going to create what I'm going to do, I'm going to create another EC2 instance in the same region. This is the server on which I am working with my Terraform and AWS CLI, but I'm going to create another resource. So that resource I am going to create now. I have already, so what I will do now, I will, you see, the Terraform TF state, this is the default backend. With whatever states you have created will now be available in this backend state. It is a localized. So as I discussed the states earlier, the desired state, the known state, and the current state. So if you run the Terraform apply again, will it create? Will it create? Anyone? Will it create the resource again? What do you think? No, it will not. It will only refresh, because your desired state and your known state from this particular backend is all the same. So it will never try to create another resource or delete the previous one and recreate the new the one. No, it will just simply refresh, because the state is already available. What state? The security group, and it is available because it is already recorded over here. Now I am going to move this thing to this. So it becomes a Terraform file. Now, if I go to EC2 and I am creating a resource. What is the resource? It is the AWS instance. That is the EC2 instance. It is the new server, whatever the name. And I have to give the AMI ID of the Ubuntu 24.04. So the AMI ID is, like, if you go there, or if you, this is the server, you go to the details, and I have used the same AMI ID for this region, Ubuntu 24.04. So I will just pick up the AMI ID. Yeah. Can you see the AMI ID? This I'm going to pick up, which is 24.04, and I will use that value. So what I did was this thing. Okay. The key pair. What is the key pair? I will use the same key pair as over here. So I can go there. What is the name of the key pair? The name of the key pair is DevOps. So I will just key in DevOps. So this is the key pair that is attached to this EC2 instance. You may not get everything right now. We have to learn about Terraform. Instance type. What is the instance type? I will create and the size and make of the server. I will say T2 micro, a very small instance. And what about the VPC security group? This is you have already created your security group, isn't it? This is your name of the security group, internship server, SG, and this is the ID. Okay, so you are putting that ID with the VPC security group ID, and the security group already has the VPC ID, so it is already there. Subnet ID, I will pick up any subnet ID, default subnet ID. I will go over here. I will go to VPC. Go to VPC. I will go to the subnets. I will pick up because I want one subnet only, one data center only to create my. So it is up to you. Which one will you like to have? Whether it will be in 1A or 1B or 1C. Let me pick up 1C. So let me pick up this subnet. Okay, this subnet ID. I'm doing it like hard coding the values so that it is. But we can do all. But that is what we have to learn. It is not that we can learn it over a day. So for the same reason, for that, what I'm doing is I'm hard coding the values. So these are the 5 mandatory parameters: subnet ID, security group, instance type, key name, and the AMI. Unless and until I have mentioned all these 5 mandatory parameters for creating an AWS instance, it will not create your EC2 instance. And I'm giving it a name, a tag name, new server Terraform. Okay. That the new server has been created through Terraform. So I will save this and come out. And now I have to say I have done some coding. So I will have to validate whether everything is fine. Great. So there is, yeah, I thought so. Maybe this name is not correct. So I have to verify this name. Where do I need to verify? From the security group. So security group TF. So what is the security group name? The internal name. Oh, this internal name is HTTP server SG. Okay. It is not this one. It is HTTP server SG. So I have picked up this. I will go back to my EC2. See, there will be mistakes. To err is human. But you have to know what is the error. So here is the error. I will remove this. And I will go to insert and I will insert the name. This will work. I will now go to Terraform validate. So that's why it is very important that you validate your script. So Terraform is very intelligent to understand, give you all the hints where the error is. Now it should be success. Yes, it is a success. So fine, you have to learn it like a champion. After that, I will go for a Terraform plan. Yes. So the plan is to add one. Why one? Why not security group? Because security group is already created. So security group, this is a new server. That is, this instance is going to be created plus. So I know only these 5 parameters: AMI, T2 micro, the access key, which is the key pair, DevOps, and the subnet. Okay. And the security group ID. These are the 5 things that I know. So I will say I will bring up what I will do now. I will apply and auto approve because I see that my plan is fine. Now I am going to apply it, implement it. So it is creating a new server. It will take a bit of time, not much, but because it is creating an instance, it's like you are creating a server. So within 12 seconds, can you believe that you have created a cloud server, a virtual server within 12 seconds? Unbelievable. And that too you are doing from outside. So your server has been created. Let me see. I will go there. I will go to EC2 instance. I am in the same regions, Singapore. So whether I find the second server, so I'm going to the instances which are running, and I will find definitely there is the, can you see a new server Terraform has been just now created. It is running. So I can go there and check. I will pick up this IP address. Okay. And I would like to connect to it. I will go there and I will say a new session. I would like to connect to a new session. And since my key pair is the same, I can use the same instance. I will load it. Only that I will change the IP address because this is a new server. And I will try to open it. Yes, I can go into that server. So it's an Ubuntu server and it is uname -a. You will see 24. Yeah, 24. It is 24.04 Ubuntu server on AWS. Okay. And you can see that the host name is 172.31.10.194. You can go there and you can see 172.31.10.194. So are you happy that you have created these resources over through Terraform? And if you can if you can create, you can also destroy. So I will destroy it. How? This is not the one. I will go to this where my Terraform is, and I will say Terraform destroy. So what? How many resources will it destroy? Can anybody tell me? How many resources will it destroy? How many resources did it create and available in your backend state? It will destroy two resources. What are the two resources? One is the security group that you have created, and the other one is the EC2 instance. So it is taking out the AWS instance, destroying it. It will take a bit of time, 30 seconds, and it has destroyed. So it has destroyed two resources. Destroyed two resources. Now you go there and to verify it, you refresh it. Will you find the instance? or you can go to the dashboard and you go to the instances, not the running one. And you will see that the new server Terraform has been terminated. I have not done it manually. This was done through Terraform script. Okay. Also the security group. So you go to your security group. What will you find? Will you find the security group there? No, it has been also removed. So are you happy with Terraform that you were able to apply your knowledge to create some resources over the cloud? So any questions? Any questions do you have? It was a quick overview or quick demo, and therefore I don't think all of you have got everything. It is not possible. That's why we learn things on DevOps. Uh, I will start. I will start on a new topic called Ansible. But before I start that, please let me know if you are more or less got a particular idea. The purpose of the internships are only to give you an idea to understand where do you stand, whether you are interested to learn further, or whether this is going to help you in your career. So um, it cannot be, the scope is limited. Okay. So let us now switch over to a new topic, which is Ansible. Is that fine with all of you? Please let me know.
Guys, let us know if we move today the newer topic, or we can start
We
freshly
can
in the
park it
next
for, yeah,
next
next
week.
weekend. I think there is no hurry. These weekends are all dedicated for cybersecurity, AI, data science, and DevOps. So we will take our turns to be with you to make you knowledgeable as much as we can. Okay. So if you say that, yeah, it is more than enough because you have been 2 hours with cybersecurity and now almost 1 hour, more than 1 hour, or rather 1 hour with DevOps. So it is 3 hours is on a Saturday evening or a Saturday morning is quite a taxing affair. So you tell me, I have no problems whether I will start the new topic or you will grasp it well because these recordings are available. So you go through the recordings from the very day one to this day 5 or day 4, I think it is, or whatever it is. I have lost the count, but we have covered DevOps overview, the DevOps I mean the initial stages of why we are learning DevOps, what is DevOps and all those things. That is the first introductory class. Then we have 2 sessions on AWS, and then we had these 2 sessions. Yeah, this is the fifth one. 2 sessions on Terraform. Though we were supposed to have only one on each of AWS and Terraform, but that's okay. We are extending it. Tell
I
me.
think I think starting the next weekend with a fresh topic will be good, because today we cannot complete the Ansible. The next week
Yeah,
again that there will be the remaining part we
yes.
need to start. So I think it
So
is my
next
suggestion.
day, I will make it a point that I will complete Ansible theoretical the background as well as I will give a short demo like today, without the expectation that you will know each and everything in that one session. But that will give you a good head start to understand whether if you are having any interest. Okay then,
Okay then.
Samir, Aarti, AKK, Selasi, Ashish, and Henry.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. We will continue on next weekend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Thank,
much.
thank you.
Thank you.